one-to-many and many-to-one associations are useful, but what happens when you have data links that are a little bit more complicated in our application? In Rails and in SaaS applications, we typically call these through associations, in which the linking will go through some intermediate model. We often have many-to-many associations in which multiple people can be linked to multiple reviews or multiple movies. And so how do we think about this? Well, in our model, we have a movie that can have many reviews. We have reviews that will be linked to an individual moviegoer or user. But what if I want to know who are all the users that have rated a movie? It would be nice to write something like movie.moviegoers to see everyone that's left a review without having to write a database query ourselves. And because a review is also linked to a movie, we can do this through some additional action. But why can't we just use has many and belongs to in this case? Well, a movie itself, there's no table right now that directly links a movie to a user. Or we have a moviegoers table. Nowhere in that moviegoers table is there a user ID. And because a user can essentially have many movies that they reviewed, it doesn't necessarily make sense to put a single movie ID column on our users table. So how do we resolve this? Well, we're going to use a new model in our database to model this many-to-many association, or what is commonly sometimes called a join table that joins two distinct models together in a many-to-many association. In this case, we actually already have that model, and that model is going to be our reviews model. So before we had a review that had our potatoes and our movie ID, we're going to augment this to have an additional foreign key, moviegoer ID. And this is a common pattern for what we call join tables, that the purpose of a review now is not just that it holds a review, but it also links a movie and a moviegoer together through this particular review. We have moviegoer has many reviews, so this is a new has many association. That works the exact same way as a movie having many reviews, because that same foreign key is referenced on the reviews table. We similarly have our existing movie has many reviews, and now we get to add a new additional association, is that a review belongs not just to a movie, but it also belongs to a moviegoer. We have both columns. Reviews are each user has many reviews, each movie has many reviews, but so far we haven't yet linked movie to users yet. So Rails will provide an interface for this. So how do we get from one movie to all of the moviegoers? In Rails, it works pretty much the same way, except we specify through some particular instance. This is why we call them movie associations. So all we have to do is say a moviegoer has many movies, and this time it is through the review table. So if I am a moviegoer, I have many movies that I have reviewed, and I can find that through the reviews table, because this will link me as the moviegoer to my list of movies. Similarly, a movie, it already has many reviews, but it also has many moviegoers through the reviews table. So in this case, with a many-to-many relationship, the modeling in Rails is actually quite nice. Movies and moviegoers have many of each other through the same reviews table, because that same table has both foreign key columns. So this is a common pattern. If you work on applications, perhaps you're working on students enrolling in courses, you usually have a course enrollments table that links multiple courses to multiple students, so that you as a student can be enrolled in as many courses, and a course can, of course, have many students. These has many through relationships exist all over the place. Our reviews will still have the belongs to associations linked to them, which make getting from review to a movie or a moviegoer easy. So how does has many through work? What does it allow us to do? This allows us to say at user.movies, so give me all the movies for a current user. It also allows me to say at movie.users, so if I have a movie instance, find all the people that have reviewed that movie. And it allows us nicely to do things like chain active record queries together. So if I have a user, let me select all of the reviews where the movie rating was R. And what's nice about this is when we think about database queries and operations on data, all of these things, again, quack like an enumerable. So if we combine two sources of data together, we can filter, select, perhaps update, do whatever we need and chain those things together. But essentially, this is just taking one additional table of reviews, applying an additional filter to it, and regardless of the types of conditions that we want to select for, we're able to do that. So has many through. What does this look like in our SQL table? Well, the good thing is you don't have to memorize exactly how the SQL works, but essentially what Rails is going to do is select, in this case, we're asking for user.movies. So what are we selecting? We're selecting data from the movies table, so we get movie instances. And how do we find which movies? Well, we're joining on two different tables now. We're joining our moviegoers on the moviegoers ID, and we're joining our reviews on the movie ID. And the nice thing is in this model has many through, we can have multiple joins. Our SQL database will handle that all perfectly for us, and Rails will do its best to generate the most efficient query path. And if we have regardless of how many through associations we have, we can sort of get through the right path.